The interest in collecting sports memorabilia in this country has evolved into big business. To illustrate just how fanatical today's memorabilia collectors are, at a recent exhibition at the Marriott Convention Center in Somerset, New Jersey, that featured some of the NFL's top stars, people lined up in the rain, many for hours, for the privilege of meeting and ultimately getting their favorite sports idol's autograph.
The sports memorabilia business in this country is a several billion-dollar business. Like this event you're at right now with the players like Dan Marino and Joe Montana, these are going on almost every weekend. A guy like Dan Marino will do 2-3 a year, Joe Montana, and then you just go right down the list. It's amazing.
I was talking to Joe Montana before. He told me on a good day he could sign easily 5,000 pieces.
Well, there's demand for it. Obviously, the guy's got to have the strength in his arm and the stamina and the willpower to want to do it. But yeah, guys like Dan Marino and John Elway, we just signed John Elway to a one-year exclusive for all of autographs. And John had not signed in several years. And then with the back-to-back Super Bowls, the demands become unbelievable. We can't get him to sign enough. We're backordered 5,000 autographs.
Dan Marino was also just telling me that doing this for a day is tougher than playing a game in the NFL.
You know why? Because Dan's a great guy. Dan wants to be nice to everybody. And if we weren't trying to push people through for him, he would sit, take pictures, shake hands, and you know what? They got 2,000 tickets sold here today. It would take him 20 hours to do that at the pace he does it. And I'll tell you what, it takes a lot out of you.
As I ventured backstage to witness the autograph signing in progress, I was amazed with the speed, agility, and seriousness of this process. However, I really should not have been, considering the amount of money involved at these signings. We might be able to make a new event out of this, you know. The Superstars speed signing.
Oh, I already won. I win hands down.
Do you ever keep track of how many signatures you can do in one day?
No.
It's amazing, I bet, huh?
Too many. The most we've done is like 4,000 or 5,000.
That's a lot. How about tennis elbow from doing something like this?
No, not yet.
We were to cast to that 4,000 or 5,000 with it.
Yeah, that was right. I was on my leg, on my arm. I was in a wheelchair.
One last question before you're doing. Did you notice outside there's like 4,000 or 5,000 people online? Does it ever cease to amaze you, the interest in football memorabilia?
No, it's amazing. But you know what? There are a lot of guys coming through here today, so I can understand why they want to be here. There's some great guys coming through.
The average price per autograph can range from $100 for a simple signing to, let's say, $500 to have Joe Montana autograph a portrait. The future value of these autographs, although uncertain, will most likely increase in value.
You know, Mickey Mantle signed autographs 10 years ago for $5 and $10. Now Mickey Mantle ball is several $100s if you're lucky. Dan Marino 5 years ago was charging $10, $15 an autograph at shows. Now it's $100 to $150. You know, I don't know where it's going to go. Nobody really does. But just like inflation and everything else and the contracts that are being signed by these players these days, it just keeps going up and up and up.
As for the players, most seemed a bit overwhelmed at the interest and enthusiasm in collecting current memorabilia. Are you ever amazed with the interest in memorabilia in this sport?
You know, I thought it had slowed down at some point, but you look back here and you see that it really hasn't. You know, people are really intrigued by the things that we wear and having our signature on it. It's really kind of amazing.
How many can you sign in one day? How much memorabilia can you do without getting tennis elbow?
Well,
you can sign while I'm talking.
You try not to go over 3 hours. You know, that gets to be a little much after that. That's when I really start getting tired, around 2.5 hours or so. And it's not so much the actual signing, but when you're trying to sign and also be, you know, polite to the public who's coming to see you, that it takes a lot out of you over that period of time.
Of course, I wasn't really up on memorabilia until I became a national football player. So once I got here, I got educated on all the sports stuff and how popular it really was, and it's been that way ever since.
One last question: the Cowboys coming back or what?
We have no choice. We got a year roll around, new year. Got to come back. You have no choice.
How's your health?
Health is fine.
Ready to have a big year next year?
Looking forward to it.
This was amazing to see. I mean, everybody that's here, there's some pretty big names, and
I've never been in a signing with this many big names. It almost puts you were signing next to Joe Montana. I'm surprised anybody's in my line. I'd be over there. I wanted to go over and get his autograph, but it's neat to be around these guys. You get to meet them and talk to them a little bit too.
Most fans and autograph seekers will do just about anything, including traveling long distances to get that once-in-a-lifetime autograph.
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, did you come all the way up here for this today?
I did. Came up to Tampa, Florida.
You drove up here for this
Flew up from Tampa, right.
Why?
See Dan Marino.
All right, big fan, huh?
Big fan of Dan, right.
What about Joe Montana?
I've already seen Joe. I met Joe at a previous show.
Was it a big thrill for you today?
Oh, it's great thrill. Dan Marino's super. All these NFL greats are super.
Now, you came all, did you fly or drive?
I flew from Tampa.
And you live in Florida. Can you meet him in Florida?
He's not that accessible in Florida, believe it or not. And you got to come north to meet the big stars.
Right. I see you brought a lot of memorabilia. How much money did you spend today?
A couple $100.
Why do you think so many people are interested in the memorabilia of football today?
I think because it's something that everybody did as a kid. You played football, and I really think that you're a lot closer when you get a chance to get an autograph here. So everybody really gets enthused. I mean, I have a lot of stuff for the 49ers.
Big thrill for you?
Really it is, yeah, very much. Even going out to Candlestick Park, at least meeting these guys in person is really something.
How long did you wait online to get Joe's autograph?
Close to 2 hours.
Outside.
The whole thing?
Close to 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
Was it worth it?
Yes, it's Mr. Montana.
And what does that mean?
It's Mr. Montana.
Let me ask you this. Where did you travel from where?
Naverville, New York.
And how long did it take you?
About 3 hours.
And the investment, it was more out of love for the sport, or you investing to make money in the future?
Love for the sport.
This is going on our mantle.
Love for the sport. This ain't going nowhere but my house, ever.
Okay. Although the forms of collecting sports memorabilia may vary, the motivation for most is the same, and that is to own a piece of sports history.
I remember when I came in the league 9 years ago, it was booming then, and then now it's went so much farther. I mean, I was never really interested in collecting a lot of things, but all the events and things I go to, I started around 6-7 years ago, and I have a huge collection of it now.
You do. And you collect for the love of it or for the value down the road?
I have a family with little boys, and I just collect it because I have the capability of getting a lot of stuff, and seeing guys grow up in this league and seeing the legendary ones. So it's good for me to save it, and I know my kids will appreciate it someday.
And for a lucky few, getting the opportunity to pose with their favorite sports legend is the ultimate touchdown. Meeting Mr. Montana today, was it a big thrill for you?
Yes, it was. Very exciting, yes.
Have you been a big fan of his for a long time?
Yeah, pretty long time, following him up here and there.
What does it mean to you to meet some of these big stars? What does it mean to you?
This is just a great experience to realize that these people are just people, that, there's a person behind the athlete. I think it's great.
And in most cases, have they been nice to you?
Yes, very much. Yes. They're very nice, very sincere. They're just regular people.
The NFL and its stars have never been bigger, which has created a memorabilia industry in this country of mammoth proportions. For a special edition, I'm Mickey Burns.